It is our desire that by the end of this day, you will feel not only allowing of the contrast, but enthusiastic about it. Not just tolerating it because you can't do anything about it, because you can't do anything about it, but eager about it, remembering how you felt about the contrast and variety of this time-space reality before you made the decision to come. In fact, because of the contrast, you made the decision to come. Because you are a creator. You are an eternal creator. And so you knew from that non-physical vantage point that nothing could be more conducive to a joyful existence than to be on the leading edge of creation. And you knew that nothing could be more conducive to a leading edge, expanding environment than variety from which to choose. Variety in which you can focus your personal preferences. Oh, those are such good words. Your personal preferences. We'll make it even better. Your personal, selfish vantage point preferences. All consciousness has a vantage point, even if it's a one-celled organism. All consciousness has vantage point, and all consciousness is perceiving. All consciousness is having experience. And the experience is understood by the consciousness who is having it. And so you knew that as you came into an environment where even as an infant you would perceive, you knew that out of that perception would come your selfish point of view, your selfish request for something even better, something even better, something more and therefore better, something better, some improvement from where you are. And it is that selfish interest that all consciousness holds that is at the heart of the evolution, just not of your species, but it is at the heart of the evolution of all that exists. It is at the heart of the expansion of that which man calls God. It is at the heart of the expansion of all beingness. And it is at the heart of the eternalness that you and we are all promised. So you made a very clear decision to come forth into the consciousness of contrast. And we want you to remember that you not only made the decision to come forth because you knew there would be value in expansion, you made the decision to come forth because you knew there would be value in the joyous experience within the expansion. In other words, you knew from that vantage point that you cannot stand still. And you knew that the greatest thrill in life is the reaching beyond where you are. And we want to say to you, when you in your physical body reach beyond what is, do you know that this combination of beingness has never been before in all of the universe? That which you are physically and non-physically, and that which we are, as we come together in this small forum, this co-creation will go beyond anything that has ever happened before. And it's not just what's going on in a gathering like this. All over your planet, new co-creative experiences are taking thought beyond that which it has been before. So when that occurs, when knowing what you don't want causes you to clarify what you do want, no matter how important it seems to anyone else, you cannot stop exuding, sending off rockets of improvement, rockets of preference. And when that happens, that's when the expansion of the universe occurs. That's when the vibrational occurrence of creation happens. Now, physical humans, you don't get very excited when a desire is born within you often. Those of you who have come to understand the power of your creative ability, those of you who have come to understand that when you align with your own desire and therefore offer no resistance, those of you who know that are thrilled in the moment of the birthing of the desire. Oh, good, something to want, something to focus upon, something to bring myself into vibrational alignment with. But humans who don't understand focus, who don't understand energy, who don't understand vibration, who don't understand eternity, who don't understand who you were before you came into this body, who don't understand that even while you're in this body, the larger part of you still remains non-physically focused, those humans who don't understand that, who don't remember the big picture, those humans do not take any sort of delight in the launching of a desire until they've figured out how to bring it into manifestation. In other words, until most humans know how it's going to come, when it's going to come, where it's going to come from, who's going to help them. In other words, if you've got someone that you believe can assist you, someone who will back you up financially or support you in some way, most humans are not all that excited about a new unfulfilled desire. And the operative word is unfulfilled. That's the operative word. Unfulfilled. Unfulfilled. Where's it going to come from? Where am I going to get it? Who's going to bring it? How's it going to come? If you don't have answers to those questions, and you almost never have answers to those questions in the beginning of a launch, then your desire doesn't feel good to you. It feels like absence of something wanted. Because when you stand in a manifested reality, and your manifestation does not include the new desire that you just hatched, or the new desire you hatched yesterday, or the new desire you hatched last year or 18 years ago, that new desire that you hatched that you haven't figured out how to fulfill, it's not ringing your bells usually, because you have forgotten the process. And the most important thing to understand is you are so enamored with your manifested reality that since you look at your reality and you can't see the car you want in your driveway, or the mate you want in your bed, or the money you want in your bank account, you can't see the way to book those tickets for that flight to that place you want to be. If you can't figure out how it's going to come about, then that desire is haunting for many of you, and unpleasant for many of you, and annoying for many of you, and defeating for many of you, the physical yous who are surrounding this planet. So we want to help you to understand that, yes, of course, there is always a gap between the hatching of an idea or the hatching of a desire and its manifestation, but you don't have to wait for the manifestation in order to know the reality of it. Because everything that is ever manifested in your life experience, there has been a vibrational reality that preceded it. And that vibrational reality is where the source within you stands. It's where your inner being is. It's where the larger part of you is. It's where your creation has already come together. It's where all cooperative components have come about. And it's the place that we are calling the vortex of creation. You came forth into this body and you are comparing and sorting and sifting through data. And all day, every day, you are launching preferences vibrationally, just like all creators do. And as you launch those preferences vibrationally, even though you and others in your neighborhood might not be able to see it because it has not manifested in a way that it can be translated through your physical senses, it exists nevertheless. It is a vibrational reality. And we hope today that we are able to bring you to the place where you are able to feel the content of your vibrational reality as vividly as we feel it and see it and know it to be. Because if you can accept the reality, the concrete reality of your vibrational reality, the reality that precedes all manifestations, and if you can begin today to look forward to your vibrational reality, you will today begin to live your life the way you intended to do it. Think about it. As source energy coming forth into a physical body, you actually made the decision to come forth, get ready for the drum roll, into an infant body with no teeth. An infant body, not able to even stand up. An infant body, completely dependent upon someone else for resources. An infant body, not ready to take hold of your life. An infant body, that's the confidence with which you came as consciousness into this time-space reality. Understanding so fully that even in that infant body, you would stand as a consciousness that would emanate preferences, knowing that those preferences would move into this vortex of creation, and that the larger part of you and that which man calls God would tend it and hold it and beam the light so bright and call you toward it. You understood, you had such faith and confidence that well-being was yours. And that is the confidence with which we want to restore you today. We want to bring you back to remembering who you are. We want to awaken within you a memory of this vortex of creation, this vibrational reality. We want to distract you from the reality that you call real life reality. And we want to convince you that the reality, even the reality that you are living right here today, is past tense. It's done. It's old news. And where everything is at, where all of the action of life is, where everything that you are, everything that you have recently become, and everything that you are humanly, physically moving toward is in this vortex of creation. We want to distract you from the reality that you are so enamored with and that holds you back vibrationally from matching up to who you really are. So when life causes you to ask for something that you're not yet living, and you are busy examining what you are living, your attention to what you are living keeps you from being a vibrational match to what you've asked for. The larger part of you is weller than ever before because of the sickness that you might be living right now. You've asked for more vitality and more stamina and more wellness than ever before. And vibrationally speaking, non-physically speaking, in the vibrational reality, in the vortex of creation, you are weller than ever before. But you often have your attention upon the current manifestation where you're not feeling good, or where the x-ray has pointed out something unwanted, or where the blood test is not giving you the results that you want to see. So as you not only face, wallow in. As you wallow in, we love you very much. As you wallow in your current reality, you deprive yourself of the vibrational connection to who you really are, and you hold back. You hold yourself back. You resist your own expansion. You resist your own well-being. And when you do, you feel negative emotion that is your indicator that you're doing just that. Every single time you feel negative emotion, no matter what, whether it's depression, whether it's fear, whether it's anger, whether it's overwhelmment, it does not matter what the negative emotion is, although there are levels of them in terms of intensity. All negative emotion indicates exactly the same thing. It means your life has caused you to expand to a new place, and the larger part of you has taken the expansion and is beaming the signal of it, but what you're thinking about in the moment of your negative emotion doesn't match up. And so you are holding yourself in resistant vibrational accord to who you really are and all that you have become. And until you find a way of letting go of that resistance, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to see the manifestation of what you want because you're on a different frequency than it is. You cannot set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. The frequencies have to match up. And you cannot have your frequency set on I'm sick, or I don't have enough money, or I'm lonely. You cannot have your frequency set there and be a vibrational match to the abundance and well-being and relationship that is not just queued up for you. It is a vibrational reality that you have access to right now if you will just stop doing that thing you do that holds you apart from it. So, what's that thing you do? Well, it's morphed into a lot of variety, but that thing you do is you look at what is instead of what is. Those who are listening on the recording are going to say, what? You look at what is already manifested reality instead of what is vibrational reality. And in doing so, you don't line up with the larger part of you who exists in this larger vibration. You see, we want to find a way of convincing you of who you really are. We want you to remember you didn't just start with that infant body. You are consciousness, eternal consciousness. You've been around a really long time. You didn't just blunder in here unworthy to prove worthiness. You didn't just blunder in here hoping that life would be better. You are a creative genius who said, what could possibly be better than to come as consciousness into a time-space reality that has this much evolution already under its belt? Do you realize the enthusiasm with which you joined this time-space reality? You knew that there was so much variety to choose from. You knew that you could carve out incrementally and with incredible detail a perfect and specific chosen life by you, for you.